Hello guys, and welcome to our second cage tour. This is not a cage tour, this is more like how we build the cage plus kind of a more detailed cage tour, because we talk about everything we have in the cage. And we're gonna start with the cage itself. So the cage itself is 120 by 122, I think. 120 by 120, that's how it's supposed to be, but I think it got a bit bigger. It has 4 sides, 2 sides by 20 centimeters, one here and one there, and 2 with 40. The reason we have 40 centimeters is so we can have a table in there, which is not a table but a second floor. We had some demands when we made this. Our dad set us to some demands, and it was that it needed to be. You needed to like come under it and vacuum clean, so it's on 4 legs, so it's 10 centimeters above the ground. But you don't really feel that because it's just such a small thing, but you can still vacuum clean under it. And if we look just to the base of the cage, before we look at all of this, we have this water thing here. Normally you're supposed to use a big orange thing to put it into a... Yeah, you need to put this orange thing to put it into like the fence. But we made 2 holes and then screwed it in to the wall. I'm just gonna place that again here. And it's got a little extra water protection, even though that this wood should be water protection. And there's a carpet, so it's just for the safety reason. So that's pretty much the basic cage. It's 4 walls, 20, 20, 40, 40, and one big 120 by 120, and it's on 4 legs, that's 10 centimeters high. Second of all, we built the second floor here. This is also a wooden plank. It's some different wood, and of course we have some towels on it, so because that isn't as PE-proof as this is. And we haven't really. We could probably put a carpet up there, but we haven't done it at the first like thing. So this is on 4 legs as well, but this is 20 centimeters above the ground, and we did it pretty simply. We just cut it the right size, and just put it 20 centimeters on. This is the cage, and that's the cage pretty much. But how they get up to the second floor is we have this bridge. This bridge was made to the old cage, and well, it's more like me and Yadir who made it just by hand. The other was with my stepdad, and he was kind of more serious. But this is the way they could come up here. It's just 2 wooden planks glued together, and just the same wood actually, and just cut it to small pieces so they can like get up here, and it works very good. Here in the new cage they don't really use it, but in the old cage they just ran up and down all the time. And it sits on with 2 of these hooks and just sits on there. So it's actually better than the old one, because in the old one they were sitting like some edges, but here it just sits in there. But that's the basic cage. There's a first floor and a second floor, and you're supposed to use this over here, and Yadir will probably show her. Yes, there we go, just to show she knows how to do it. She knows how to do it normally, at least. But now we want to go to a bit detail into each house, how we bought them or made them. So right now the guinea pigs are very happy. They're just running around. It's the first time Percy has been upstairs on the second floor in the new cage, so she's quite happy. But let's just go down a bit and examine every corner of the cage. So we'll start over here at the food corner. So we are using this guinea pig food holder, and we're using 2 different kinds of food. Some of this would has a lot of vitamins and
C.
Yeah, vitamin C, and also some of this
With also C.
Yeah, guinea pigs needs vitamin C, so we have lots of that. And well, they eat around. We give them half a cup of this and 2 cups of this. And when I'm talking about cups, I mean this is a cup. So each morning they get 2 cups of this. So we start with 1 cup of this, and then one or a half of this, depends, and then we end up taking one more. So that's kind of the food, and that lasts around a day, and that's kind of the food right now. So we have this water tank, and we really love it because you can the guinea pigs just push it, and then they can get as much water as they need because it doesn't stop. Before we had this, this is the one you always use. So you have to push this little thing and then a little bit of water comes out. But what's nice with this one over here is when you push it, water just instantly comes out and it keeps coming out. Just build some water. And when it's empty, you can just take the lid off and refill it. You could also very easily take it off like this, and then you can also go out and refill it. And that's just a very good thing we have, and the guinea pigs loved it very much. In the old cage they had both, and every day this was empty and this was almost completely full. So they really like this one better. It's also a lot more easy to drink since you just push it up and water comes out all the time. So beside the water we have this kind of eating area with this hay house and this hay. But we have this hay house which around one guinea pig
can fit.
Kind of. There can fit 2 guinea pigs, but it's mostly one at a time. And it has this nice feature that it has hay. Yeah, it has a hay disposal and they can get fresh hay. And before we got this new hay rack, this was the way they got clean hay, because else they would pee on it and then they wouldn't eat it. And we bought this. This is actually, we have bought 2 of our 4 houses, and this is one of the 2 we bought. Moving on to this one. This is a completely homemade cage. We just took a box and just cut a hole in it. It's not that good at these sides, but for some reason the guinea pigs loves it. Sometimes they're all 4 being there, but we always end up taking the house off and kind of pushing them out, because the one who's got in first often gets like squished and starts making noises, and it's not good noises. But they really love this house, so that's why we still have it, even though it's kind of ugly. And personally, I actually don't like this house because it's big and kind of ugly, but the guinea pigs love this, so we keep it for that reason. So moving on, this is kind of my favorite house. It has 2 doors. So this house has 2 doors. This is the first house we made. We made 2 doors the first time, I think. At first it was one house door, and this once again is just a wooden box. I stored some of my cars in it when I was younger, and it's just kind of stood somewhere, and we just thought, hey, let's take these cars, put it somewhere else, and take this box and use it as a guinea pig house. And the reason it's my favorite is it has these 2 doors, and often they run in here, and then if there's some little guinea pig coming and they don't want to be in there, they can just walk out the other way. And it has been a corner house pretty much since the start, and I've just kind of my favorite house. And yeah, there's not much to say. It's just, once again, it's just homemade. These 2 houses are more homemade. The blue and the wood color, they're homemade. And up to the last house where we can see Percy's spot right now. Oh yeah.
And Harley.
Yeah.
Inside.
There are 2 guinea pigs in that house. I'll just say that right now. But I won't go and touch this because then they can kind of scare, because there are 2 in there. But this is also one of the houses we just bought. We just bought it in a shop, and we thought, hey, this is kind of funny, and it's plastic. And since they loved the other blue house that much, we thought maybe it's the plastic that kind of makes it that they like it. But there's also kind of a staircase on it, which Luna loves going up on and just kind of looking out. But we haven't seen it jump out from it yet, so that's kind of good. But once again, they really love this house. It's kind of a 1 guinea pig house, but as you saw there can easily be 2 in there, as Percy and Harley just went out of it 2.5 minutes ago. But we also really like this house. I like it because I like the design of it, and it's also one of these houses you can buy in most of the shops. So now we're gonna talk about our tunnels. We have 3 tunnels, but this is the middle-sized tunnel. This is actually
Ventilation.
yeah, this is actually a ventilation pipe that was like was very long, and we just cut some of it off. And so we cut it into 3 pieces, and they really love running through them. And we have a longer one and a shorter one. This is the longest one. As you can see, it's pretty long, and the reason we doesn't have it in is just because it's kind of too large. We could put the small in right now, but we're quite satisfied with how it looks right now. But we just cut it off. Again, all of this, 50% of this is homemade, so yeah, we like making things at home. But they really love these tunnels running through them. And the reason we took this pipe was just because it was the right size. Moving up to the first floor again, we have Harley in here. No, we don't. But we have this wooden bridge here. So up here we have this wooden house tunnel thing. It's kind of the usual thing, most people have it, and this is like the middle large size, I think. There's a large size, I think there's 5 sizes, and this is like the middle one. I think this is the biggest one you use for guinea pigs, because you can get a much larger one, and that's for bunnies more. So I think this is the largest guinea pig thing. And this was actually meant to be a bridge from the 2nd floor, or from floor to floor. But they never started using it, so we made a new one. But it's all back in the past, and now it's just a tunnel they can run through, and they can walk on top of it. And we have the same exactly the same down here. It's the same, it's just a small version. Harley really loves going in there and just hiding in there, even though her butt's sticking out of the back here. But she's always done that, so I think she thinks she's kind of protective. But when she is in there, she feels safe in here, even though her butt's always out. So the final thing in our cage tour, at least how the cage looks right now, is this hay rack, and we bought this today actually, and the guinea pigs really loved it so far. Before we had this hay rack, we had this hay house together with this hay ball, but we couldn't really find any space for it. We could probably hang it somewhere, but we thought we would like to buy a new hay rack, and it's also because you can get it from all the way around. And sometimes they like fight because they wanted to stay here, and some of them they couldn't really fit. So the nice thing is you can go all the way around, and it actually also has a roof. But we decided let's not take that on because that wasn't so pretty. But it does have a roof, but we took that off. And since this is the new cage, we have some things from the old cage that we haven't put in the new cage, and let's just showcase some of them, because maybe in the future they will get in the cage. So this is the old cage. They had this kind of pipe to go outside to the outside area, but they had this ball, but it was only they never started using it, so we didn't really use it for much. And then we bought this bridge, which actually worked very good. I still like it, kind of the concept. It's like a bridge like this, but once again they never really start using it. And well, we don't see any places it can be in the new cage because they don't really need a bridge. So that's again one more of these things we don't use anymore. Taking down to our guinea pig mess. This is the shortest pipe here. We could maybe put this in the future because it's very short and then I can just run right through it. Also kind of like the small wood thing that Harley loves to hide in.
Nope.
So that has been it for this little detailed cage tour. I hope you liked it, guys. If you have any questions, anything about them, just leave them down there. I'll enter the room someday. Nah, I'm kidding. But guys, hope you like this cage tour. We really like this new cage. It's the first day with them, and they're shit all over the place. So I have to say how heavy they are. And Luna, she just got up there and I got that on. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video, live stream or vlog. Enjoy life out there, guys. Bye.